श्री Bhagavatgita अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगः। अर्जुन उवाच ध्यायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन तत्किं कर्मणि घोरे मां नियोजयसि केशव। Arjuna said, Hey Krishna, if you consider that pure wisdom is superior to karma, then why you are entangling me in this ferocious war? Karma here implies Nishkama Karma Yoga, which means doing karma without expecting results. Karma, bhakti, dhyana and gnana are not independent yogas. They are interdependent. The knowledge gained from books has to be experienced, then only that knowledge is meaningful and will be fruitified. To gain experience, war of meditation is to be practiced. Merely reading the scriptures shall not lead us anywhere and shall not unite us with God. One should eat banana or mango. Reading the description of these fruits will not suffice to know the taste. Only describing banana or mango, man cannot understand the taste of that mango or banana. One should eat it. Likewise, reading the description of these fruits will not suffice to know the taste. Vyamisrena vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadekam vada nischitya yena sreyoham apnuyam. O Krishna, you are confusing my intellect with conflicting speeches. Please let me know which one is better and safer for me, Karma Yoga or Gnana Yoga. Definitely. You tell me which one is safe for me or better for me, whether it is Karma Yoga or Gnana Yoga. That's all. So, Nishkama Karma Yoga, that is doing karma without expecting any results, is called Nishkama Karma Yoga. This Nishkama Karma Yoga leads to Bhakti. Bhakti means dedication. That means interest in that work is called Bhakti. Though this Bhakti will lead to this dedication or Bhakti will lead to Dhyana, that is one-pointedness. Then Dhyana will lead to what you call Samadhi. Sama, Adhi. Sama means equal, Adhi means Paramatma. That means with Samadhi you will unite with God, the Father. The experience of this one-pointedness, this jhana, is gnana or pure wisdom. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Lokesmin vividha nishtha pura prokta maya nagha gnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. O sinless Arjun, on the onset of creation, I have two ways of salvation. I have given two ways of salvation. One, divine union through the wisdom for Sankhyas, and dhyana, number two, dhyana or meditation, that is Nishkama Karma Yoga for yogis. I have two ways of salvation given to the sadhaks on the onset of creation. Number one, divine union through wisdom for Sankhyas, and dhyana or meditation, that is Nishkama Karma for yogis. Without doing karma or work, one will not gain knowledge. How to make idlis, a South Indian cuisine, has to be gained practically through the ones who know it, but not by reading books. Likewise, wisdom is gained by doing meditation, dhyana, karma. Today, if you are able to tell 17 into 3 is equal to 51 without referring any book of tables, is because your hard work of by-hearting tables in your primary classes. It is because of your hard work of by-hearting tables in your primary classes. In our childhood, perception will be less, but memory power will be more. When we grow up, memory power will be less and perception will be more. Na karmana manarambha naishkarmyam purushosnute na cha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhigachyati. Without doing karma actions, man will not attain the actionless state of soul wisdom. Merely relinquishing karma, no one can attain liberated state. 35 years or 40 years of continuous government servant shall make you eligible to get pension. Then only one will be able to eat without doing any service. So one should do karma and then sacrifice. Without karma, sacrifice is useless. Without doing any karma, what is there to sacrifice? So that sacrifice is useless. Even worldly knowledge, that is common sense, also cannot be attained without doing karma. Then how pure wisdom can be got without meditation? Meditation is called dhyana karma. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtachya karma krut karyate havasak karma sarvatah prakrutijair gunaihi. No one on this earth can keep quiet without doing karma even for a while. Everyone does karma compulsory by nature. The whole universe is made of with three qualities: sattva, raja and tamo. Soul is beyond creation. If a golden ring falls into a mud block, it will be besmeared with mud. Likewise, when soul is encompassed in mind, life force and body, it will be smeared with ego. When soul is encompassed in mind, life force and body, it will be besmeared with ego. It appears as though it is also yielded to physical, mental and spiritual states. If the mud is cleaned, then the golden ring shines with its original sheen. Remember, the mud is not penetrating into the atoms of golden ring here. Similarly, the mala, vikshepana and avarana faults cannot penetrate into soul. Once they are removed, the soul will illuminate with its original effulgence. Even the completely realized yogi also trains the people with Kriya Yoga who are longing for it. He does it for the sake of doing Nishkama karma, but this is karma only. So, no one keeps quiet without doing karma. Nobody can be idle forever, for all the times. Karmendriyani sanyamya yayaste manasasmaran indriyardhan vimudhatma midhyachara savuchyate. If one says that I will achieve eternal beatitude with sadhana and then relinquishes it in the middle for the sake of trivial sense pleasures, then he is an hypocrite only. He who forcibly suppresses his senses and shall be thinking always about the objects of the senses is a hypocrite. He who forcibly suppresses his senses and shall be thinking always about the objects of senses is a hypocrite. If one says that I will achieve eternal beatitude with sadhana and then relinquishes it in the middle for the sake of trivial sense pleasures, then he is an hypocrite only. To wear saffron robe and behaving like a sage is the work of hypocrite only. Evil thoughts gradually leads to evil works. So mind has to be controlled gradually with the regular practice of Kriya Yoga. A suppressed spring strikes the face with renewed strength once it is released. Similarly, evil thoughts will impregnate the mind if the sadhana is given up in the middle. The one who has reached a state of Paramahansa with his sadhana may or may not do sadhana. The union with God or attaining Nirvikalpa Samadhi state is the state of Paramahansa. He is like pensioner getting beatitude pension for God. यस्विन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभते अर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगमसक्तः स विशिष्यते. O Arjun, you do the karma as ordained by the Vedas, Shastras, the scriptures. It is wiser to do karma than to become an idler. Otherwise, even small works of body needs like calls of nature are difficult to do latter. It is wiser to do karma than to become an idler. Otherwise, even small works of body needs like calls of nature are difficult to do latter. Sadhak has to do Kriya Yoga sadhana as ordained by scripture. One may not become an accomplished master or Kriya Yogi without practice. One cannot become an accomplished master or Kriya Yogi without doing any Kriya Yoga practice. It is okay in sadhana. The body will be steady, stable and immovable like a rock. That does not mean that he has sacrificed karma or not doing any karma. Sadhak means meditator, will be working intensely with mind during meditation. He withdraws his mind from senses and directs his subtle forces inwardly to unite with God. This is real karma yoga. Yajnardhat karmanonyatra लोकोयं कर्म बंधनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्त संगः समाचर. Hey Arjun, normal people are bound by acts of mundane pleasures than in God related Kriya Yoga karma are the karmas that are helpful to the general public. So you follow those karmas for the sake of them without expecting results. Saha yajnaha praja sruštva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadva meshavotvishta kamadhuk anena prasavishyadva meshavotvishta kamadhuk. In the beginning of creation, Brahma has created these yajnas along with people and said, you get multiplied with these yajnas. Now these yajnas will fulfill your desires. In yajnas, Brahma will always be there internally. Cosmic consciousness, thoughts, effulgence, life force, electrons, protons, molecules, nature, earth, man. This is the chain. Parabrahman has made creation consisting of men out of his consciousness. Having been created with my inspiration, multiply with this inspiration. This is what God has ordained. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantah shreyah paramavapsyadha. With this yajna, you propitiate the devas, the celestial beings. With this yajna, you propitiate the devas, the celestial beings. They in turn will satisfy you with the rains, etc. This way, you and the devas mutually satisfy each other, by which you get great benefits. Yoga Dhyana is a superior yoga yajna. Yoga Dhyana is a superior yajna. In this yajna, the sadhak will get united with several subtle forces, that is, divine souls. They are the representatives of Parabrahman. Parabrahman will be organizing the universe through them. So, for the mutual propitiation, meditation is beneficial. These planets and stars align themselves according to our karma at the time of birth. Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva dasyante yajna bhavitaah tair dattana pradayebhyo yo bhunte stena eva saha. Devas, astral beings, shall provide the required fortunes after getting satisfied with the yajnas performed by the men. Having got the benefit, men should dedicate them before enjoying them, lest they will be considered as thieves. Abhishekam and Panchamrita Snanam. Earth, water, fire, air and space are the Panchabhutas. This creation is made up of with these 5 electricities. Electricities means Panchabhutas. As long as this creation exists, these Panchabhutas shall exist. So they are 5 nectars, Pancha Amrutas. O God, you have provided this creation consisting of these 5 electricities. They are not above you. We dedicate, above means they are not greater than you. We dedicate these to you, O God. To express this conception, we dedicate water to him, water to Bhagavan or Parabrahman. Water represents one of the Pancha Amrutas and it is easy to dedicate. Namaskar is a symbol of respect in which both the palms are joined. By joining both the palms, there will not be any space left between them. This is to say, nothing is mine, everything is yours. Nothing is mine, everything is yours. We pay our respects to God by doing namaskar and sprinkle water on left, right, above and below, back and front of our body. This is called Panchamrita Snanam, a Hindu way of showing respect to God. This is called Panchamrita Snanam, a Hindu way of showing respect to God. Sri Rama Paduka Pattabhishekam. Sri Rama Pattabhishekam. These are the 2 things in Ramayana. Ramayati iti Ramaha, which means Paramatma, who will make us happy with great effulgence. Paduka means footwear made with wood. This Paduka represents Mooladhara Chakra. This chakra represents Prithvi Tattva, earth, that is smell. To dedicate this Prithvi Tattva to God as a beginning of starting sadhana by Bharata, brother of Rama, here sadhaka, is Sri Rama. See, to dedicate this Prithvi Tattva to God as the beginning of starting sadhana by Bharata, who is a sadhaka here. Sadhaka here. So, here this is called Sri Rama Paduka Pattabhishekam. Here Patta means Merudanda, spinal cord. Abhishekam means dedication. Sri means sacred and Rama means beholding the great effulgence. Sri Rama means beholding sacred great effulgence. Dedicating all the 5 electricities in the Merudanda, 5 electricities means Pancha Mahabhutas. Dedicating all the Pancha Mahabhutas in the Merudanda, spinal cord, to God for the ultimate goal, that is to attain God, is the ultimate goal, is Sri Rama Pattabhishekam. Beginning is, that means beginning of sadhana is Pattabhishekam, Paduka Pattabhishekam, and for Sri Rama Pattabhishekam is, that is the dedicating all everything to God, all Pancha Mahabhutas in the Merudanda, spinal cord to God for the ultimate goal of reaching God, is Sri Rama Pattabhishekam. If you do Om chanting in chakras with dedication, then the subtle forces in those chakras shall aid the Kriya Yoga sadhana. With the practice of Kriya Yoga sadhana, the outgoing life force from the Indriyas, will not be wasted. All those outgoing forces will be directed back to cerebrum through the spinal cord. Then the body of the sadhak, that is meditated, and the atoms in the cerebrum shall become filled with electromagnetic energy, and then the atoms will be transformed into spiritual elixir. Even for a small development of the atoms in the cerebrum, 12 years of healthy life is required. For complete transformation, 10 lakhs years of healthy life is required. Yajna sishtasinas santo muchyante sarvakil vishaihi bhunjate te tvagam papa ye pachanchyatma karana. The left overs of the fire offerings in yogas, in yajnas, the leftovers of the fire offerings in yajnas are eaten by the saints and they are freed from all sins. Those who make food only for the good of themselves shall eat sin only. Doing Kriya Yoga sadhana, yajna, and then eating food is the work of men of virtue. Life force is the divine force for the physical body. Life force is the divine force for physical body. In this state, where mental intelligence force and the outgoing life force both are integrated, where mental intelligence force and the outgoing life force both are integrated with physical matter, the physical lifetron shall depend upon depend upon food and breathe. The physical lifetron shall depend upon. See, in this state where mental effulgence, intelligence force and the outgoing life force both are integrated with physical matter, on which the physical lifetron shall depend, and they depend upon food and breath. This mental intelligence life force, when manifested as vibratory force in the physical body, then it will be making continuous efforts to bring metamorphosis in the physical life trance, which is important. This mental intelligence life force, when manifested as vibratory force in the physical body, then it will be making continuous efforts to bring metamorphosis, that means change, in the physical life trance, which is important. Physical body depends upon food and breath for its existence. As I said already, physical body depends upon food and breath for its existence. Till the final liberation of the cycle of births and deaths, till the final liberation of cycle of births and deaths, the physical body's dependence on food and breath is inevitable. Life force mentally thrusting its soul messages to life trance and conveying liberation as the sum of life. Life force mentally thrusting its soul message to life trance and conveying liberation as the sum of life. However, amount of healthy principles we follow scrupulously, death is inevitable. The great souls like Mahavatar Babaji, who depend on only cosmic consciousness, can live in the physical body house with the strength of yogic force. They will be transforming their physical body frequently and remain eternally youthful. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyadanna sambhavaha yagnat bhavati parjanyo yagneh karma samudbhavaha karma brahmodhavam vidhi ब्रह्माक्षर समुद्भवम तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितं नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितं. Creatures are manifested from food, food begotten from rains, rains from yajna, yajna from good karma. This good karma is caused by scriptures. These scriptures came out of Parabrahman. You should know that all pervasive Brahma is ever present in the yajna. Living beings are require food for nourishment. This will be got from the rains. The source for matter is Agni and its effulgence, manifested from Parabrahman only. This prakash, that is energy, is solidified and precipitates as rain. Paramatma means cosmic consciousness. Creation is yajna. So, the source for this yajna is this cosmic consciousness only. Moola Prakriti is the one that is not yet visible to the naked eyes. In accordance with the individual karma, as per the directions of Parabrahman, intelligent Om vibrations that are responsible for creation are generated. This is called Moola Prakriti or source nature. Cosmic consciousness is inherent in Paramatma. Moola Prakriti is with many faceted forms, configurations and formations of Srushti, that is creation. Format is delivered out of this. That means Moola Prakriti is with many faceted forms or configurations and formations of Srushti, creation. Format is delivered out of this one. Parabrahman is to be perceived in two ways: cosmic consciousness and two vibratory Om force. Cosmic consciousness can be perceived as a dream of Parabrahman. This is a dream of Karana. This is a dream of Karana, Sukshma and Stula. Cosmic consciousness can be perceived as a dream of Parabrahman. This is a dream of Karana, Sukshma and Stula. This is a dream of idea, subtle and physical combined together. Physical body is a combination of electromagnetic wave in reality. Even man also beholds the characters of idea, subtle and physical in his human dream. That is why man is said to be the replica of Parabrahman. Replica of Parabrahman. Evam pravartitam chakram nanu vartayati vasihayah. Evam pravartitam chakram nanu vartayati hayah. Aghayurindriyaramo mogam padda sajivati. mogam pardha sajivati. Hey Arjun, thus this way this creation cycle has been made to rotate, and who does not follow this cycle shall lead a wasteful life of sinner and become sense slave. The cosmic consciousness enters Brahmarandra through medulla and from there to Sahasrara. From Sahasrara it enters Meluganda, the spinal cord. Through Agnya, Visuddha, Anahata, Manipura, Swadhisthana and Mooladhara chakras, and will gradually become human consciousness. This will enter the organ through nerve center and nerves. This will enter the organs through nerve centers and nerves and flow outwards and succumb to sense pleasures. The food will take 7 changes to become semen ultimately. Number 1 food, number 2 blood, number 3 flesh, number 4 nerves, number 5 bones, number 6 bone marrow, and number 7 semen. Number 1 food, next blood, number 3 flesh, number 4 nerves, number 5 bones, number 6 bone marrow, and lastly semen, number 7. Food takes 15 days to transform into blood, a fortnight. The blood will take 27 days to become useful blood. So 27 asterisks are nakshatras. This blood takes 41 days to transform into flesh. This blood takes 41 days to transform into flesh. For a mantra siddhi, 41 days are required. Flesh takes 52 days to transform into nerves. Flesh takes 52 days to transform into nerves. That is why there are 52 Sanskrit alphabets. Nerves take 64 days to transform into bone. Nerves take 64 days to transform into bone. That is why there are 64 types of arts are there. Bone takes 84 days to transform into bone marrow. Bone takes 84 days to transform into bone marrow. That is why there are 84 types of living beings. 84 lakhs of living beings. Types of living beings. Bone marrow takes 96 days to transform into semen. Bone marrow takes 96 days to transform into semen. The body is made of 96 elements or ideas as per Sankhya Shastra, Sankhya philosophy. Semen takes 108 days to transform into Ojas Shakti. Semen takes 108 days to transform into Ojas Shakti. That way there are in every Hindu Ashtottara Satanamavali 108 are there. 108 names will be chanted in Hindu Ashtottara Satanamavali pujas. With Kriya Yoga Sadhana, the human consciousness will be united with cosmic consciousness through spinal cord. The wheel of creation will thus be moving or manifesting through spinal cord. यस्मात् परतिरेव स्यादात्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्ट तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते He who is contented by playing through soul, propitiating in self only, and becoming happy in self only, then there is nothing that is to be done by such a man of soul wisdom. The consciousness of worldly man normally confined to Mooladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipura chakras, and works as a slave to senses and their objects, sense objects. The consciousness of poets will be working through Anahata Chakra. The consciousness of poets will be working through Anahata Chakra. The consciousness of yogi who is having peace, tranquility and steady mind shall be working through Visuddha Chakra. The yogi who has obtained a state of Atma Sakshatkar, self-realization or Savikalpa Samadhi shall see himself as a Vamana, dwarf in Kutastha. This means his consciousness will be working through Agnya Chakra. The consciousness of yogi who has obtained Nirvikalpa Samadhi shall be working through Sahasrara Chakra. Through Sahasrara Chakra. Naiva tasya krutenardho na kruteneha kaschana na chanya sarva bhuteshu kasidardhavyapasrayaha. Kasidardhavyapasrayaha. For such a man of wisdom who obtained Nirvikalpa Samadhi, there will be no use by doing karmas in this world, nor any fault will be made unto him by not doing any karma. He has no business of interest in all the living and non-living beings whatsoever. He has no business of interest in all the living and non-living beings whatsoever. Tasmadasaktas satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. Paramapnoti purushaha. So, without expecting any results, you do your assigned karma dexterously. Man will gradually get liberated by executing Nishkama karma. Life force and mind are the tool for physical karma. Cleanliness, required food and worldly behavior is physical karma. Cleanliness, required food and worldly behavior is physical karma. Meditation does not require mind and life force. Meditation does not require mind and life force. In fact, they have to be withdrawn. Sadhak should continue to do his sadhana without expecting any fruits. Sadhak should continue to do his sadhana without expecting any fruits. Karmanaiva hi sansiddhi karmanaiva hi sansiddhi mastita janakadayah loka sangrahamevapi sampasyan kartumarhasi. King Janaka and several others got liberated with this Nishkama karma. You must do karma at least to motivate the people. Yadyadacharati sreshta tattad devetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanuvartate. Yadyadacharati sreshta tattad devetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanuvartate. Whatever karma is followed by a distinguished people, whatever karma is followed by distinguished people, others will follow that. The idea of great people will be motivation for others, and so they also follow him, follow them. The sadhak who got united with Parabrahman through the medium of his sadhana will become Parabrahman only. If you get the degree of doctor, then you are called and become doctor only. You are called as a doctor and become a doctor only. You need not read books of medical science. However, for the satisfaction of the patients, he will be referring books of medicine and narrate the paragraphs. Likewise, after getting united with Paramatma, no need of doing sadhana, but does it to motivate the people. But the sadhak does it, the motivated people. न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यं त्रिषु लोकेषु किंचन नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यं वर्तयेव च कर्मणि. न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यं त्रिषु लोकेषु किंचन नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यं वर्तयेव च कर्मणि. Hey Arjun, there is no work that has to be done by me in these three worlds, physical, astral and idea. There is nothing that has to be got by me or not got by me. Even then I am doing karma. Sadhak does sadhana to unite with Parabrahman, and sadhak who does sadhana to unite with Parabrahman has got nothing to do with these three worlds, physical, astral and idea. Sukshma, that is subtle world, Sukshma Jagat, gets its energy from Karana, that is idea world. Sthula Jagat will get its energy from subtle world. The main source of energy for matter is cosmic energy only, cosmic consciousness only. The main source of energy for matter is cosmic consciousness only. Consciousness means mind. Electron plus intelligence is equal to consciousness. Mind, energy and matter are three facets of Parabrahman. Mind, energy and matter are three facets of Parabrahman. Yadi hyavannavarteyam jatu karmanyatandritaha mama vartmanuvartante manushyaha partha sarvasyaha manushyaha partha sarvasyaha. Hey Partha, if I do not perform karma with alacrity and caution incessantly, then great harm will happen to the universe, because men will follow my path in all ways. The cosmic consciousness will be working round the clock in all the universes, souls, bodies, families, nations and worlds. Man is made in the guise of God, so man has to imitate God. Man has to imitate God. Uchchideyurime loka na kuryam karma chedakam sankarasya cha kartasya mupakanyami maha prajaha. So, over and above, if I do not act, these people will be spoiled. Not only that, there will be hullavalu and annihilation of universes. I would thus be instrument of ruination of men. When needless Paramatma is performing karma, then people will by default follow his path. Saktaha karmanya vidvanso yadha kurvanti bharata kuryad vidvans tadha sakta chikirshulloka sangraham. Hey Bharata, as ignorant man does his work with a strong desire, the man of wisdom should do the karma for the well-being of people. For the well-being of people. Na buddhi vedam janayed ajnanam karma sanginam joshayed sarva karmani vidvan yukta samacharan. The sadhak of wisdom, gnani, sadhak of wisdom means gnani, who is unmoved by attaining unity with Parabrahman, shall not make the minds of people subjected to delusion, who perform the scriptural act with desires. He should not make them disinterested in doing works. Not only that, the gnani, that means the man of wisdom, must perform all those scriptural acts with dedication along with those people without expecting any results. Prakrute kriyamanani gunaihi karmani sarvasah ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyati. In fact, all the acts are being performed due to the inborn natural qualities. Gnani performs, that means the man of wisdom performs them contemplating that Parabrahman is the Karta, the doer, not him. The egoistic ignorant man feels that he is the Karta, the doer. This is the difference between Gnani and Agnani. Tappavittu mahabaho gunakarma vibhagayoho guna guneshu vartanta iti matva na sajjati. He, the man of great shoulders, that means the strong and healthy sadhak. Mahabaho means the strong and healthy sadhak, the knower of truth about the divisions of gunas, that is attributes of nature, and their actions. The knower of truth about the divisions of gunas and their actions realizes that gunas are making him to behave this way or that way and shall not be interested in them. Yogic meaning: if a dreamer realizes that he is dreaming, then he will not be interested in the dream things and shall not be absorbed in them. Likewise, the sadhak who realizes that this whole jagat with the subjects of the dream of Parabrahman shall not get perturbed. He should continue his sadhana beyond the attributes of nature. Beyond the attributes of nature. Prakriter gunasamudhaha sajjante gunakarmasu Tana Krishna vidu mandan Krishna vinna vichalaye. Influenced by qualities of nature, people are completely attached and are more and more interested in those respective qualities and karmas. Such half-knowledged, dull-headed and ignorant people should not be made to oscillate by men of wisdom. People who have just started sadhana should not be ridiculed or slighted by the well-advanced yogis. Mayi sarvani karmani sanyasyadhyatmate chetasa nirasi nirmamo bhutva Yujyasva vigatadvyarakha. I am the heart of everything and I am the Parabrahman. Fix your mind on me only. Dedicate all your actions to me. Give up longing, attachment and grief. Perform the battle. Sadhak should fix his gaze in Kutastha. Shed his ego. Control his desires and then do sadhana to attain beatitude. To reach Delhi from Hyderabad, car or rail or aeroplane is required as a mode of travel. Kriya Yoga is an aeroplane way of reaching God quickly and definitely. Ye me matamidam nitya manutishtanti manavaha Shraddhavanto nasuyanto muchyante tepi karmabhihi. Those who follow my teachings with dedication, without any hesitation, shall get rid of all sort of bondage. Blind man can show the path to a blind man. Blind man cannot show the path to a blind man. So get a Sadguru noble and self-realized preceptor and get liberated from all sorrows. And get liberated from all sorrows. Ye tve tadabhyasuyanto nanu tishtanti me matam sarvajnana vimudhanstan vidhi nashtana chetasaka. But those who do not follow my precepts, that means Bhagavan's precepts, and Nishkama Karma Yoga, that means who do not follow Nishkama Karma Yoga and Paramatma, and hate the Paramatma and Nishkama Karma Yoga, shall be known as gullibles, brainless, and doomed. To view this panorama of the world, experiences in them, analyzations, and for their knowledge, this intellect came into existence. The intellect came into existence why? To view the panorama of the world, experience them, to analyze them, and for their knowledge. Just for recognition, knowledge of matter, or for self-satisfaction's sake, this buddhi is not manifested. So, no one should misuse it. No one should misuse it. Nadrusham sadrusham chestate svasyaha prakruter jnanamanapi prakrutim yanti bhutani nigraha king karishyati. All living beings shall be doing works as per the faculty of their nature or qualities. Likewise, the man of wisdom also does works as per his nature. So, what control can do? Indriyasyendriyasyarthe ragadveshau vyavastitau tayorna vasamagache tau hyasya paripandhinau. The attractions and repulsions have been formed on the objects of the senses. No one should be a slave of these objects, come what may. They are the strong enemies to men. The seeker of truth should never be a slave to these senses. Seyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharma svanushthitat swadharme nidhanam shreyah paradharmo bhayavaha. It is better to follow one's own dharma, even if it is faulty, than the dharma of others. Even death is the greatest and advisable in his dharma. Dharma of others is fearful. Here, swadharma means dharma of soul, that is pure. The soul dharma shall lead sadhak to Parabrahman. Paradharma means the dharma of indriyas, senses. This will wean away the sadhak very far from Parabrahman and make him a slave of senses by entangling him in the cycle of birth and death. Arjuna Vacha Adhakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varneya baladhiva nijojitaha. Arjuna said, O Krishna, in spite of not willing to do sin, then what makes the man to do sin bracingly? Man wanted to behave and live honestly. In spite of that, why man is smoking, drinking, liquor, etc.? It is because of the influence of past habits, samskaras. Samskara means past habits. So, we should cultivate good habits, lest they will haunt us birth after birth, death after death. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Kamayesha Krodhayesha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahaseno Mahapapma vidyena miha vairinam. Sri Bhagavan said, desire is caused by Rajoguna, that is neutral guna. This will transform into anger. Desire is unsatiated, however amount it might be experienced. Desire is unsatisfied or unsatiated, however amount it might be experienced. The most dangerous one it is. The desire is most dangerous one. For the unlimited acts of karma, desire is the root cause. Know that for liberation, this desire is the enemy. For liberation, this desire is the enemy. Dhumena vriyate havaknihi yadha darso malena cha yadholvena vruto garbha tadha tenedamavrutam. Fire is covered by smoke. Mirror is covered by dust. Fire is covered by smoke. Mirror is covered by dust. Embryo is covered by womb. Embryo is covered by womb. Likewise, soul wisdom is covered by desire. Soul wisdom is covered by desire. Avrutam gnanametena gnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya duspurena nalena cha. Duspurena nalena cha. Hey Arjun, desire is like a burning fire that will never be extinguished. Desire is an eternal force to a man of wisdom. The pure wisdom is covered by desire. Indriyani mano buddhihi Indriyani mano buddhir rasyadhisthana muchyate etair vimohayatyesha gnanam avruchya dehinam. Senses, mind and buddhi are the dwelling places for the desire. With these, desire will clothe the pure wisdom and make the man attached. Tasmat tvam indriyanyadau niyamya bharatarshava papmanam pradehihyenam gnana vignana nasanam. Gnana vignana nasanam. So Arjun, make the senses. Make the senses as your slave. In the first place, kill this great sinner, desire, which destructs both the intellect and pure wisdom. Indriyani paranyahu rindriyebhyah param manaha. Indriyani paranyahu indriyebhyah param manaha. Manasastu para buddhir yo buddhehi paratastu sakha. Senses are stronger in nature in comparison to physical body. Mind is stronger than senses. Buddhi is stronger than mind, and the soul is the strongest of all. Evam buddhehe param buddha samstabhyatmanamatmana. Evam buddhehe param buddha samstabhyatmanamatmana. Jehi setrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. This way, know that soul is subtler, stronger and superior than buddhi. After knowing, annihilate mind, senses and body with buddhi and then destroy incorrigible enemy, the desire. Yogic meaning, if the sadhak does Kriya Yoga sadhana by fixing his gaze in Kutastha, here, with indomitable willpower, then his mind will not be distracted from less pleasurable senses. The sadhak should make his goal as a liberation which is superior to buddhi, Iti Srimad Bhagavatgita Supanishassu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastri Sri Krishnarjuna Samvade Karma Yogo Nama Tritiyodhyayaha Samaptaha.